Receiving an all call on our syndicate frequency. It's a red veil in code, but it seems truncated. I will play back what I have.
Rap, tap, tap. Speak to us. We're listening. What is your name? Good. You remember. We want to help you, Rel. Tell us where you are.
Can't. He's listening.
Who? Rel? Who is listening?
Rap, tap, tap. Rap, tap, tap.
Sorry, operator. The message appears
Haunted.
halted. It originated from a Steel Meridian ship near Earth. Will you investigate? I hope not.
Emergency power. Not detecting any crew. I don't like this. Search the area. Blades. 2 refined for a Grineer kill squad. Is there anything else? Red Veil. Could they have done this? The Veil have been Meridian allies for years. Search for survivors. Tenno, I lost you for a second. What did you see?
Oh, child of Zarman, please help. I served Veil. The flock has been driven mad. I humbly beg for the protection of you and your vessel.
I'm marking the area. Stay alert. It may be an ambush.
Great blind queen, help me reach the safety of Iron Wake. Our sacred muse has abandoned the temple, leaving our people in chaos.
Tenno, if the Red Veil is in chaos, we must intervene. Get Palladino to Iron Wake.
Oh, holy child, I am grateful for... What is it, Rook? Are they back?
Rap, tap, tap.
Brothers of blood, sisters of fire, resist the muse!
Meridian has received Palladino. You've been granted access to enter their base, Operator.
Iron Wake. Stale Meridian has built an impressive base of operations right under the nose of the Grenier Authority. The Veil's speaker will be here, under guard. Find her.
Leave your vessel at the door, sacred child. Come. Hush, Rook. This is our sacred guest. I am Palladino, Holy Speaker of the Veil, like my mother and hers before. We speak to the other side, to him. Without his focus, I pray he answers. Righteous Rel, of harrowed stars, of hallowed chains, speak! For an age you've guarded the divide between dust and void. Speak! From within your everlasting sacred vessel, you held the lidless eye. Speak! I cannot reach Holy Rel from here. I will need his sacred focus, a relic stolen from the temple. I beg of you to find it and return it here. Only then will he speak to us. Only then will we truly understand.
Veil rituals will incite fanaticism, but don't be drawn in. I'm not convinced this Rel even exists. I fear we'll have to play Palladino's game to find out. Hortus has been tracking Red Veil disturbances. That's the best place to start.
Rail charging. Continue to hold.
Operator, a Red Veil seance. How delightful. I have marked a possible Red Veil disturbance, but perhaps you would prefer to...
brew some leaves and...
Sorry. Navigation is beating, Operator. Waiting. Navigation is waiting. Oh my.
Find Rel's object of focus, child. You are close to this sacred relic. I am certain. These messages, they express Rel's suffering. He's lashing out. I should have seen the cracks forming.
I don't understand. How would Rel know about the dream?
Great sentient queen, forgive me. But what you are, what you've made of yourself, is merely drawn from the dreams of these divine children. You are not she. You are not Margulis.
What are you saying? That Rel is a Tenno? Impossible. All Tenno are known to me. I protect them, as she did.
Oh, but not Rel. Margulis cast him out, for he was different. Our foremothers took him in and studied his teachings. We became the veil, the shroud of its blessed existence.
Cast out. I don't believe you.
Rat, tap, tap. The man in the wall.
The man in the wall. That is what he called it. Hush. Try to follow his voice.
Tap, tap.
Rel, what evil is this? Sacred child, forgive me. I should have known the weight of the void would one day crush the light from me. Rel has become the very thing he warned us of. You cannot kill this, Tano. Run! You can only run!
Operator, what was that thing? Lotus, can you explain this? Lotus?
Transference energy. Fractured. It was so cold, indifferent, inhuman. If Rel was Tenno, what did he become without Margulis?
Leave your vessel at the door, sacred child. Come. I have served Rel my whole life, studying Rel's teachings of the void, the dire consequence of traveling by and through it. Now I see that it is true. He alone, in his harrowing sacrifice, has guarded us. What a price he has paid. Righteous Rel, outcast of sacred void, hear my voice. Speak. You have been driven from the vessel by your suffering. You have swallowed the poison stars so we would not. Holy Rel, speak. The Tenno who rejected you have come to your aid. He's here. The Dada. It's working. Giving him humanity. We are listening, Rel. Speak.
Shy?
No, try again. This one? Very good. And this one? Good, Rel. And how about this one?
Mama.
Yes, Rel.
Mama!
Go ahead, Rel.
We're in a ship.
Yes?
Impossible speed. Beyond the Brankel Gap constant.
I think so. You're better with that stuff, but it's amazing, isn't it?
So why don't they fix me?
Rel, you know why. Rel, why?
Because I'm not broken.
That's right. Different. So I love you even more.
Happy.
Yes, Rel. You make me so happy.
This memory, his humanity still remains, buried in these emotions he so often failed to grasp. Could they be the key to saving him from this?
Tenno, I have a theory. Return to your orbiter and I'll explain. These disturbances, they are transference energy, split apart from a single mind. If we could capture them, send them back.
Operator, Semaris may have a tool for this task. I wonder if his kinetic siphons could be repurposed to
Bust.
capture these manifestations.
Holy Rel, let us bring you the peace you have earned. Guide this Tenno so you can return to the harrowing vessel, so that you might rest.
Rel's warnings. Those dire consequences. He was talking about void exposure, wasn't he? The effect it has on human minds is well understood.
But But it's not. This isn't some kind of deep pressure bends as Margolis suspected. Rel saw what it was. Truly an entity, indifferent, old as stars.
My fault. Touching is too much noise. And it makes me angry.
There, an emotion manifest from the game Rel played as a child.
See if you can stabilize it with a kinetic siphon.
Angry. Someone takes the thing you love.
I'm detecting other manifestations. Defend yourself and try to track them.
Rat, tat, tat. I don't want to go back.
Another. Don't let it escape. The manifestation is fighting the siphon. See if you can damage it.
Happy. Mama has a stretchy smile. He's listening. He knows what you're doing. It makes him stronger.
It's too strong for the siphon. Try and weaken it.
Bored. Waiting too much. There's nothing fun to look at.
Good. You've captured the manifestations here. Now get out before Rel's disturbance catches up with you.
I don't know if you can make Rel whole again, but whatever you're doing, this disturbance is growing stronger, resisting you. Don't let it stop you. Bring Rel home to the temple.
Is that where Rel is? Has the veil preserved him in cryosleep as the other Tenno were on Lua?
No, we didn't have that option.
He's listening, but I'm so... Help me.
Rel, it's just you. Alone and trapped in a transference loop. Don't give in to these delusions of void exposure. There is no wall in the wall.
Don't say that.
They are here, the transference pieces. Track down these manifestations and capture them. There, Tenno. Trap it.
Embarrassed. Talking and everyone looks at you. Why are you helping me? You hated me?
Another. Don't let it escape. It's too strong for the siphon. Try and weaken it. Tenno, you need to capture it.
Excited. All the spider eggs are starting to hatch.
It's too strong for the siphon. Try and weaken it.
Sad. Why did the babies eat the mother?
All right. No more to be found here. Get to extraction.
Operator, there is no evidence of any thing in the void. By my calculations, Rel has lost control of his transference. If we can gather these emotions, I hope he will be himself again. You will need kinetic siphons to trap Rel's emotions. Samaris will have some for sale in the relay.
How could Rel have lived this long without the long dream?
In a way, he didn't. He knew his mortality would undo his purpose, so he gave up his humanity forever. He committed his soul to the undying vessel.
His Warframe.
Yes, he commanded we chain it within the depths of the sacred temple, an eternal vigil against the indifference.
And you believed him. You helped him do it.
Yes, after everything you've seen, wouldn't you?
There, Tenno. Trap it.
Shy. Meeting someone new and can't say hello.
Another. Don't let it escape.
Scared. You look around and Mama's not there. tired. You run and run until you can't run anymore.
Blessed Tenno, Rel has returned to his sacred vessel. I will join him there at once. Please, come, for I fear I haven't got the strength to do what must be done next.
If Rel's been caught in a transference loop for this long, the psychological effects could have been catastrophic. This man in the wall, these delusions, symptoms of the void exposure all Tenno experienced. I hope that Palladino can find peace for Rel, so this never happens again.
Our temple, our home, his tomb. Come, meet our guiding light. This is why you're here, Tenno. It is time for Holy Rel to rest. But I cannot bring myself to do it, to let him go. He's kept us, all of us, safe for so long, and it's time for you to carry on. Release him. Destroy the chains that bind the harrowing vessel. He's earned his rest. You may enter here, but only as your true, sacred form. Holy Rel, you have sacrificed enough. Pass on your burden and rest. Tenno, destroy the chains. Only your sacred power will damage them. Tenno, something's wrong. That's not Rel.
Let's have a little quiet. It's my turn to ask the questions.
Well, love, I told you. You can't pet her that hard. Be gentle or she'll bite. Are you okay, Ralph?
I won't let you take me from me.
What have you done to Rel?
I'm ashamed.
to save him from this. Destroy the chains!
Look at him! He's not invisible!
Rap, tap, tap. You'll let me in, little piggy.
Wait with the other kids until they fix the ship. I love you, but you have to go. Go!
But the Inn kids don't care about the invisible past. If you were alone in that drift, you'd need a friend. Even like me.
Sacred shadow and righteous blood, blessed Rel, your aged vessel is dust and your chains are broken. Be free!
But the man in the wall, who will...
They will have to. All of them. They owe you this. We all do.
Yeah, I feel...
Go on, Rel. Which one?
This one, Mama. I feel... tired.
Good, Rel, you're learning. Well, why don't you have a little rest then?
Okay. Okay, Mama.
Yeah, gonna record this separately since my laptop simply wouldn't behave whenever I try to record commentary at the same time as gameplay. So So this is gonna be my thoughts on the quest. So overall, I think the quest was actually really good. Like, I really enjoyed the fact that they tried to nail the horror sort of aesthetic in the quest. However, I think that it would have been a lot better if they tried to, if they actually put you in operator mode for the first two missions of the quest, since you're not really doing as much killing in those two missions. You're just mostly searching, looking at things, and it would have felt a lot more tense because you're more vulnerable as the operator. So I feel that would have set the horror tone a lot better, as opposed to being a walking war crime that is the Warframe. And I guess another criticism would be the fact that, I mean, the voice acting could have been better. But then again, I nitpick about voice acting in a lot of video games anyways, so... another main criticism that I have would be the final operator boss battle, which it's not so much a problem with the battle itself. I like the idea. I like the idea that they're trying to implement the operator in a lot more things, getting the operator more involved in the gameplay. But the main problem here doesn't lie with that idea that the operator as like a part of the gameplay. The problem lies within the operator system itself. Mainly, the main complaint here is that the operator's energy reserves are far too low, and the controls are just too janky, too uncoordinated to be fun. If anything, it feels, whenever you play as the operator, you feel very clumsy, very slow, and it just doesn't feel good at all. The final boss battle felt tedious, if anything, and so it stems from the limited energy reserves, and the main problem here is the fact that it's not that the energy reserves are too low. I mean, for the void beam, if the energy reserves for the void beam alone, it would have been fairly sufficient for killing, I guess. But the main problem here is the fact that all the other abilities, the mobility and the cloaking and whatnot, they all use the same, they all draw from the same pool, which was pretty limited to begin with. So, so you end up spending a lot of energy without even realizing it, and another problem is the fact that mobility is very limited for the operator. You can't run or like jump around as efficiently or as effectively as a Warframe. So you end up, a lot of enemies can catch up to you a lot better. And what mobility that the operator has, it's tied to the energy. So again, it's a problem there. Another issue that a lot of people are pointing out, but personally wasn't really an issue for me, was the fact that the energy gauge showing how much operator energy you have it's not very clear as to like how much energy you have, since it's small and in the middle of the screen, so a lot of people won't see that. But to me personally, I didn't really find that a problem. However, I would prefer if they added a numerical value underneath it, similar to how Harrow's heal indicator for his second ability shows how much is healed. So, like, knowing those exact numbers would actually improve would actually help players manage the limited energy pool a lot better. So yeah, the quest was good, except for those points that I mentioned. Alright, this is gonna be my third attempt at recording this, cause Jesus fucking Christ, it is fucking impossible to record with this mic. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I'll just talk about Harrow at this point, since I don't want to go through talking about the whole quest thing right now. I don't know. I'll record that at some other time and with a different mic or something. But anyways, I'm just gonna put this out and say, I enjoyed Harrow. Like I enjoyed Harrow from this update. I played around with him. I've been playing around with him since the update dropped. I actually shelled out plat for him, and I haven't really swapped for him since. And as of recording this, it's now Hotfix 21.03, I believe, and I really enjoyed him for the first 2 days of the update, because right after that, the latest Hotfix 21.03 dropped, and they killed Harrow. Like, he wasn't great to begin with, but they killed him. Just as soon as he was born, they smothered him in the crib. And anyway, so for those who are unaware, Hotfix 2103 changed Harrow's second ability, Penance, which the way Penance works is it has a base duration, which is extended or amplified based on how much shield you sacrifice when you cast it. And the ability gives you a buff to your reload and fire rate of your guns, and also gives you a percentage of lifesteal. So yeah, this the way they changed it was, it used to be that you could just recast it and basically stack duration on it, nearly infinitely. Now, I understand like that they want to try to like balance this, because obviously it can get out of hand very quickly when you have infinite duration on things. But to me, the old version of the ability, before they added like a duration cap on it, a duration cap of 60 seconds, which is basically peanuts now. Anyways, I feel that the old version with that duration cap was a lot more balanced, because each time you're casting it, you're turning yourself into a very vulnerable target. Like, when you cast it, you basically say goodbye to all your shields, over shields included, and you're rooting yourself in place without basically locking yourself into the casting animation. So, like before the update, the only times where you had to make yourself vulnerable were the first few minutes of a mission, where you cast the ability to get the initial duration, and then if you have a sentinel that boosts your shield, you cast it again a second time, like in quick succession, to get a boosted duration, and then you just cast it occasionally to add to that duration. You didn't really have to cast it as often, because later on in the mission, you've probably already stacked, say, 200 seconds on it, so you don't have to worry about recasting it because you have 200 seconds on it. But now, with this change, you basically have to cast it once every 60 seconds, which, yeah, imagine you're doing a survival mission as Harrow, a sortie survival, level 60, level 80 enemies running around with their with Ignises and Augrus rockets. Casting 2. Basically rooting yourself in place and saying goodbye to all your shields with all those kinds of enemies running around. Yeah. And you do this every 60 seconds. Just no. Why do you have to nerf a frame that clearly needed more buffing? Like, I mean, Harrow wasn't even OP or like all that game breaking or anything. If anything, he was pretty underwhelming to me. Like, I enjoy him, yes, and his first ability is amazing. His fourth ability, I can see it being amazing, but I don't use it personally. But he's in no way game breaking to me. Like, I definitely see the reason they wanted to add the cap, like infinite duration on your healing and like, yeah, infinite duration on your healing and your reload and fire rate buff. But then but then when you think about it, they did give us Eternal War on Valkyr. They gave us they gave us well, yeah, they gave us Eternal War on Valkyr, which basically gives her infinite duration on her Warcry ability. Then they have I mean, I don't see a point in nerfing Harrow for this ability, because if you're nerfing him for his ability to basically heal indefinitely, why don't you take a look at Nidus or Inaros or Trinity, because they can heal much better than Harrow can, and not only that, they can do it without killing anything. Like Nidus just I mean, okay, granted, Nidus needs like to get a good amount of stacks before he can cast his 4, but he doesn't have to actively seek out enemies to do it, like unlike Harrow. Or Inaros, of course. Inaros just needs an enemy to cast his 4th ability on, and yeah. Or Trinity's even worse. Like you just press 4 when you have enough energy, and bam, everyone's shields and health are restored, and not only that, they get damage reduction. So if anyone needs nerfing or changes or balances, it's definitely not Harrow. Like he's not even in a good place to begin with in terms of his supporting abilities. Well, yeah, that's just me being salty about Harrow, I guess, and the changes they tossed out onto him. And another thing I don't like is the fact that they rolled out these changes way too early. It's only like they rolled out that change 2 days after it released, only 2 days, and they didn't even they rolled it out without warning, without taking feedback or asking for feedback. So I don't think this change was done with sufficient feedback. It was probably done based off internal testing, which at this point I'm really sure their form of internal testing is probably in a test level with level maybe 40-50 enemies at most, and like not in a proper squad or in like the wild. I don't think they have actual. I mean, they have the dev build, but I don't know who. I don't think that many other of the developers actually play on the dev build. Like, I imagine a lot of them would be busy working on other content. Also, yeah, it's almost time for TennoCon, so I highly doubt they actually had the time to properly test him, since everyone was working on TennoCon things. So, yeah, I'm really disappointed in this change, and disappointed in the fact that DE decided to stronghand their. I mean, not stronghand. I mean, it's just I'm really disappointed with DE's sort of design philosophy, in the fact that like every time they buff something, they have to include a nerf to it, or rather, they nerf whenever they nerf things that don't need nerfing at all. Like, if anything, Harrow needed buffs. His supporting skills just they can't catch up to other support frames. So yeah, I guess that's it for me ranting. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So overall, if you're too long to watch, basically, quest good, operator mode bad, Harrow okay, DE nerfing Harrow bad, DE's design philosophy bad, everything else okay. Yep, that's pretty much it. So I guess I'm just gonna mosey on out of here, I guess. Yep, that's it.